Even till now in my comments, people be asking, what are you looking for? Go and marry. I just block them. I love blocking. Blocking is the best feature on any social media platform. Just block them. People say a lot of nonsense. I'm not supposed to be doing this. What are you looking for? And such. But the kind of life I live, the kind of greatness that is in my life, they probably won't experience it in a generation.
Why? Come on now, speak on it.
Why? Because I'm making exploits. So it's not, my gender shouldn't dictate what I can achieve.
Obviously.
And that's the boundary I'm breaking. So whether or not people are close-minded is none of my business. My business is to keep making exploits, to keep representing, and the representation for other women. Women seeing that when someone can do it, they can do it as well. That's the representation. Doesn't matter what anybody says or think. Yes, people always try to box women in, especially African women. It doesn't matter. If you want to do it, you can do it. You can do anything. What the world says, the world's noise doesn't matter if you don't want it to matter.
You know, a wise man once said to me that your story might be the key that unlocks someone else's prison. So the truth of the matter be say, if you know they talk your truth, invariably, you're responsible for someone on the locks. That's why right here on Lahore Talk, we say, by all means, open your mouth, talk. And I want to specially thank everyone where they always respond on social media. With all the guests where we don't bring so far with our different episodes. Not only exchange, they tell our own stories. And that's the very idea of this episode. And as always, we don't come again, which each episode will they bring you delight. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lahore Talk podcast, where we talk unapologetically, raw. But guess what? Super entertaining. My name is Vic Riches, and Lady Zil Smith, she got a full ground for studio. How you doing, Zil?
I'm fine. I'm well. Good to see you. How have you been?
I'm great. I'm awesome. That being said, you know, say when we come, me and Zil, they come studio alone, they bring an inspiration for you. Someone once they open their mouth talk, not be just words they come out from their mouth, now wisdom. And now the kind of person we don't carry come today's edition. This woman, they audacious, she's adventurous,
she's brave,
she's bold. Anything we never think say woman fit be. Now she epitomize. For some people, now beauty and brains. She gets beauty, get brains, get hard work, get audacity, get courage. Only thing we say she know if you ride bicycle. Except she don't sabi ride bicycle. But let me tell you some interesting things about her. She is set to break 2 records. Make I read so that you understand what they talk about. The Guinness World Record for the longest solo motorcycle journey in Africa by a female. That's number 1. Secondly, the African People's Record for the longest solo motorcycle journey across Africa by an African woman starting this June to reach September. Now, one woman won't do a move. Get one guy we go deep behind that, the director. Only her. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on Lahore Talk today, now the one and only Ebaide Joy Udo. Welcome to Lahore Talk podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You deserve applause. So.
Yay! I couldn't believe you were even talking about me. Was it me you were talking about? Hey!
That's what it's supposed to be. You deserve the world writing everything you've done.
Thank you.
You've done incredible things, and we're super proud of you, not just as Nigerians, but you've represented the world globally. And we say well done.
Not just that, the women, I think we're actually very proud of you. It makes a whole lot of sense, these things are done by men.
Right.
You hardly see a female stand up and say, I want to do this, but you doing it, being a female, I think that's a whole lot.
Thank you.
And it's not even something common, because that area, it's something really, you need to be audacious to be able to, mount that office. It's like an office that you step into.
Thank you.
I've been wondering in my head, like, how did you start? Because I feel like of all the things that is associated with being feminine, you are a woman. And so I think it's supposed to be something really hard for you, right? To start or to think about it, to imagine it, and, start doing it. How did you start?
Okay, this time, last year, February, I had about 2,000 followers on Instagram and everywhere. So
Wow.
whatever happened between the space of me announcing that I'm going from Kenya to Nigeria last February and the whole trip.
So in just 1 year, you moved from 2,000 to over 200.
But I was ready to move because I've been traveling for 7 years.
That's all.
Wow.
So the motorcycle brought something different. I started traveling 2017. My first trip was Nigeria to Ghana by road. Then I came back to Nigeria. Then I backpacked all the way to Liberia alone. So that was where all the journey started. And then I did some other countries. Then COVID came. I didn't travel anymore. Then 2021. Did an East African tour. Was supposed to do 5 countries, 5 months because I'm a traveler who I like spending time wherever I go to.
Okay.
And then I got to Kenya. I couldn't live anymore. 4 months Kenya, came back to Nigeria, sold everything here and then moved to Kenya. So I'd been traveling. Then when I got to Kenya, I'm the first African woman to build a van. I built a van in East Africa. Then that was how they knew me in Kenya. Bought an old van, 1987 Nissan Vanette that was older than I am. And then I built it. Took 3 months, employed a lot of Kenyan men. It was a sensation in Nairobi then. So I traveled with it for 3 months. Then I took a keke napep. Then I put all my stuff, put everything with my laptop, everything, put a tarpaulin on it, traveled with it for about 5-6 months again.
So you basically live on the road, though.
I've been living on the road for a while. So the whole motorcycle thing was the one who brought me out. So it's not like I had just started.
Wow.
I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing crazy travels. I don't like the normal take a plane. I like experiencing to the fullest. So I've been doing it. Then I announced the motorcycle thing, and then everybody was like, "Oh, wow." So that was how the whole fame, so to speak, started
coming.
Yeah, so it's not a new thing. I started a long time ago. But for motorcycling, doing 3 wheels made me know that 2 wheels would be excellent for me. When I did keke, there were too many times I would almost go over. Oh God, it was crazy. And riding sometimes at night in the rain, everything. So I just knew 2 wheels will do it, and it's been the best thing that has happened to me since I bought my motorcycle.
Wow, that's amazing. Just to draw a cue from what Zeal said, we live in a world where they try to box women on the kind of job they do or the kind of things they associate themselves with. From your own experience, was there a time in your life where people tried to question some of these decisions that you've made, that as a woman, no, you shouldn't be doing this?
That, yeah.
Of course, even till now in my comments, people be asking, what are you looking for? Go and marry. I just block them. I love blocking. Blocking is the best feature on any social media platform. Just block them. People say a lot of nonsense. I'm not supposed to be doing this. What are you looking for? And such. But the kind of life I live, the kind of greatness that is in my life, they probably won't experience it in a generation.
Come on now, speak on it.
Why? Because I'm making exploits. So it's not, my gender shouldn't dictate what I can achieve.
Obviously.
And that's the boundary I'm breaking. So whether or not people are close-minded is none of my business. My business is to keep making exploits, to keep representing, and the representation for other women. Women seeing that when someone can do it, they can do it as well. That's the representation. Doesn't matter what anybody says or think. Yes, people always try to box women in, especially African women. It doesn't matter. If you want to do it, you can do it. You can do anything. What the world says, the world's noise doesn't matter if you don't want it to matter.
100%. When did you realize that this wasn't just something you were doing for fun? It was about the impact. It was about making history, building a legacy, especially for young girls. Because there are things that were invented by mistake. You just started something and you realized that, this thing is going to turn out great. Was that the idea for you? Or as you progressed in the journey, you realized that this is beyond Ebaide Joy?
When I started, I just wanted to travel.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'd already started living on the road, with the van. With the van, I had a house because the van, I built it as a house.
Yeah.
But when I started with the keke, I realized that then I started using tents, hotels. Yeah. So it was a transition, right? Then when I started with the bike, it was totally different.
Wow.
2 wheels, a girl. I just started riding a bike. I was still new. So I just wanted to travel and explore. I wasn't even sure I'll get out of Kenya to Uganda. That was the first border crossing. When I got to Uganda, I remember calling my godmother in biking. She has done about 50 countries too on a bike.
Wow.
I called and I was screaming, oh my God, I crossed. And that was things started changing for me. I started thinking, this is possible. Because I had a Nigerian passport and a Kenyan registered bike.
Yeah.
So there were so many odds I had to break, but it was so easy. When I started realizing that this is beyond me was when the whole attention started coming, the whole messages, the whole impact. It's not for me anymore. I'm traveling, but it's like as I carry Africa on my back, Africans too are carrying me. You get so it's not just me. It's more than that. I get a lot of messages. I've made so much impact. This is not about me anymore. I'm just like a vessel that is on a movement. You get So
all right, you've been traveling on the road for a very long time. When it's dark, like at night, where do you when you find yourself in a place? Because I know that the last time we traveled by road, and I regretted it. We traveled by road. We have insecurities, we have the risk of accident, and then at some point you realize that once it's really late, around maybe 10, 11, you're like stuck in a particular spot and you cannot move. How do you sleep over? You're a female, you're not scared of armed robbers, you're not scared of let somebody not come and kill me here. Are you not scared? How do you do it? And where do you tend to maybe look for shelter?
Okay, so night and I don't mix outside. You would never find me outside. I don't know how to do nights outside. I believe nights are for me in bed. For so long, for as long as I've been traveling, the 7 years, I've worked with the same company that has me working at midnight. I travel by day and work at midnight, 3. By 6, 7, I'm already tired. My body is not active anymore. It wants to sleep. I never travel if I know that I would be out past 5. So whenever I want to travel, I'm always traveling very early in the morning. 7, 8, I'm out. Right. I don't travel more than 5, 6 hours. I can't. My body can't allow me to do that anyway. So then I factor in traffic, my bike having issues and such. Yeah. If I check the time and I know I'll be out past 5, I'm looking for the nearest hotel. I don't do nights. I've never, until Senegal, which was about last month, I'd never ridden my bike at night. Never since I've been riding. On my bike, night, never. I don't even know how to do it, which is a rule. I intentionally didn't install extra lights on my bike. I do not want them. I don't want I don't want to convince myself that, I have lights.
Can do it.
No, I do not want to do it. I do not want to know how to do it. A lot of bikers have told me, what if you find... I will not find myself. It will not happen.
So what happened with Senegal? Why did that change?
Oh, no, that was just within the city. It was very close. No, what I'm saying is that was the first time. And it was so traumatic for me. Like when there's a car behind me, I'm thinking, oh my God, my bike is so small. What if it doesn't see me and hits me? When I'm in front, I'm thinking, what if there's a car in front of me that doesn't have lights and we suddenly collide? My mind plays so many tricks on me. I don't want it to play tricks at night. Me and night, we just don't mix.
That makes sense because it tells that you're intentional about safety measures. And it just brings me back to when you shared your experience with the spinal injury that you had and how you're still doing something that is still physically demanding. Because I cannot imagine you don't have a support behind you. And this is where you have that injury and you're still doing it.
Still doing it.
What is pushing you?
I don't know.
Wait, I think it's passion at this point.
It's even more than passion because
oh my God.
I don't know. Because, I can't do more than particular hours. In fact, if you are riding with me in 2-3 hours, you see me adjusting many times on my bike. My body already aches me. I'm usually on pain relievers. I'm always having... I manage it. It lives with me. I live with it. Me and my pain, we are one now. Wow. So it's not... The pain is a part of my life. It's not a thing anymore. Of course, it gets so excruciating and then I have to rest and such, but... It is what it is.
This is the point. I still say it's passion, literally, because if this is not something you're really passionate about, trust me, if you have the tiniest challenges, you're gonna quit.
Oh yeah.
But this is you're still going and going and going and going and going.
Absolutely. The pain is not a challenge anymore. Of course, me coming to Nigeria, one of the things I have a condition I have a condition now from my condition.
Right.
So I want to go fix the new condition that has stemmed from my condition. So I would always get treatment. In cities, I'm always going to a chiropractor. I'm managing it finely, but I wouldn't say this is a challenge anymore. It probably was a challenge one time. It was a challenge one time.
Yeah.
But I'm so used to it now. It's been so long and I've carried the pain through several exploits. I've carried the pain through several achievements. The pain has nothing on me anymore.
It's part of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it.
And you don't have intentions of stopping anytime soon?
Someone that's about to go on a journey. She's not stopping.
Maybe after the...
Maybe after the record.
Hell no. So... after this next one, I'm looking to come back to Nigeria October.
Okay.
So I'll be here till, because my next trip, I don't want to do it winter. It's too cold. Yes, I'll be starting this next trip during South African winter time. It would be really, really exhausting. So I don't want to repeat that again. So I'll be doing the Euro tour next year. So I'll be waiting till about April when it starts of spring, or when it's just So I have plans for that one. I'll do van life and bike life together. Put my bike in the trunk with a sprinter, go from city to city, from country to country, park my van when I've crossed the border, explore the city with my bike. It's going to be epic. Oh,
wow.
Amazing. No, that's really exciting. But
thank you.
Now that you've mentioned this, it brought me back to the visa challenges that you've experienced, traveling within East Africa. And you just mentioned recently that you're excited about your journey to West Africa because you won't be requiring visas for these travels. I hope I'm correct with that.
That was before I started with the West African journey, right?
Yeah. So now you want to do Europe. There is now the issue with visas. Have you secured any yet? And you also mentioned the financial implications that comes with that. I guess where my question would come in would be, what you're doing is inspirational. Unfortunately, there are no provisions or initiatives that supports all of this. How does that make you feel? And what clamor do you have towards that?
Let's start with visas.
Yeah.
So my next trip is South Africa to Kenya, south to east, and I'm doing 12 countries, and I have to get visas for every country. But when I'm doing the European tour, I'll be doing 20-something countries, and I only need one visa. That goes to show you how messed up it is in Africa and how much we need a change. I am African. I have the black skin. The reason why I couldn't go past Senegal was because Mauritania, I did a visa. I applied for months. They didn't give me. Till this moment, I'm talking 3 months now. They haven't even done anything. They haven't even touched my visa at all. And I got the Moroccan visa until it expired. Right? I got the Moroccan visa because the consulate himself knew me. He was already following my trip. So he took it upon himself to help me. Right? But Mauritania, you can't even meet anybody. You have to do it online. And 3 months, nothing. No. And then when I go to Europe, I only need one visa and then I can cross everywhere. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There are no systems put in place to help us. So we have to keep fighting. We have to always fight. And it also doesn't. So there are some African countries with better passports.
Yeah.
Right? But the Nigerian passport is, we are respected outside, but it's such a struggle.
Yeah. All right, how did you feel when you crossed the final border into Nigeria? Did you feel relief, a sense of relief, or you felt, finally, like you felt I've triumphed, that kind of feeling, or was it something else for you?
I didn't cross the border into Nigeria.
Okay.
I crossed it into Senegal. I flew into Nigeria. My bike is being shipped now to South Africa for my next trip.
Oh, okay.
So I already crossed into Nigeria back last year, and then I did Nigeria to South Africa, to Senegal.
Okay.
How did I feel? Cameroon to Nigeria was by boat.
Okay.
It was the most tumultuous journey I've ever done in my life.
Oh.
The people with the boat said maybe someone died in the water. That's when that happens. Then the ocean is angry. That was the language. It was wild. So by the time I arrived in Nigeria, I was exhausted. And then the custom agents were just funny as usual. But there were some bikers waiting for me, so they saw me through and everything. How did I feel then? Because that was my first leg. My trip is divided into 3 legs, my African tour.
Okay.
So that was Kenya to Nigeria, Nigeria to Senegal. Then the last one was South Africa to Kenya. How did I feel when I arrived in Nigeria, when I just finished my first leg? I was overwhelmed. It was unbelievable. I was like, Nami duam. It was great. It was beautiful.
You speak very passionately about Africa, and you just started an initiative. We'll come to that. But I want to draw a question on how passionate you are when you talk about Africa and the growth you want to see happen or experience in this part of the world. In all your travel experience and with all the things that you've seen, if you have the power to just change things, what are these things you want to see change?
I want to see an Africa where we spend the same currency, the same passports, not necessarily the same language. We are diverse, but even in Nigeria, we are all the same, but we are still diverse.
True.
So we still keep what makes the country unique, the particular country unique, but can we be 54 sisters or brothers instead of 54 different individuals? Is that possible? If that could happen, do you know how much would change? How progressive Africa would be? There are some people who are already putting it in place. There are some people already working tirelessly to do that, but we are still so far behind. That's what I would like to see change, because there are so many things we have to change. But when we think about the fact that if Africa is one, all those things will change. You get, all those things hinge around having Africa itself become one. If we can unite, a lot of things will change, in my opinion. But we seem far away from that. So
It's powerful. Do you think Africa has failed the girl child in terms of limiting what the girl child can do? You spoke about, you shared a couple of videos. Let's not limit it. The reason I'm even saying girl child is because you're a woman. You shared videos of a guy who built a car, of a girl who was doing something incredible as well. And you just see that there are no resources for these talents to be properly harnessed. With that, does it trouble you that the system has failed the young people with incredible talent in this part of the world?
Is there a system first? Let's start with that. Failed. I feel like we are supposed to build, but we are still so far behind. Yes, we are being failed constantly every day. Do you know how much talent is in? Let's just talk about Nigeria now. Do you know how much talent is in Nigeria? Do you know when a Nigerian travels out of Nigeria, out of Africa, the way they bloom, they blossom.
Talk about it.
Like the things Nigerians are doing outside Nigeria, outside Africa. It's like Nigeria has instilled so much need to do well because of the way the country is. Now, and Nigeria is supposed to be the giants. There are other African countries who I would say relatively are probably doing better in some areas than Nigeria, but Nigeria also has its own strengths, right? So if Nigerians would be doing so well outside Nigeria, what if we have the resources? What if we bring those things to Nigeria to help us? Do you know how much better Nigeria would be? But we don't. Everything starts with the leaders. If the head is not right, the feet would just be moving around. It's not going to have a balance. So yeah, we have to start from the head. But how do we start from the head? That's the problem. How do we start fixing it? That's the problem. Yeah.
All right. So I'm actually curious. I'd want to know what actually motivated you, or what literally sparked that passion for supporting the orphanage girls, right? Because I feel like to some extent something must trigger something. You cannot just wake up and want to do a thing. And then, when you spoke about how you left, decided to embark on this journey of this part that you are in, and where I'm coming from, I would still say it's like my parents, you're conscious of what will my mom say when they ask me, where are you going to, what's happening there, and who do you know there, right? And so you're going to have all those thoughts crossing your mind and all of that. And if care is not taken, you might not go there.
Right.
So now my question is, what sparked and what motivated you to, okay, I want to do this. I want to support the girls. I want to, just, leave and do something spectacular.
Okay. Because it's a personal thing for me.
Okay.
There aren't necessarily people to leave behind or anything to lose. So yeah, I'm really just going and living my life. I decided to concentrate on the orphan girls because it's just a personal project. I lived that way, so I'm trying to help as many people as possible not to experience things a typical orphan girl would experience, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I chose them.
But I'm also curious, are you an orphan?
I'm avoiding the question. Yes. Yeah, but it's not something I want to really talk about.
Okay.
Respect that.
Now.
Respect that. You started something incredible. African people's
record.
And, I've heard this over time. As much as it will sound cliche, people would say rejection is redirection. And I would like to think that it was as a result of what happened with the Guinness World Record that you thought to yourself, we could actually start this initiative.
Right.
And you just launched it, I think it was last month.
Last week.
Look at
on
that.
Sunday.
Yeah, it's last month. Yeah.
Yeah, last month.
This is a new month.
And it's incredible.
Right.
It's incredible. It might look small.
It's not small.
It's not small.
It might look small to some people.
It doesn't look small.
It's fantastic. It's powerful what you've done. Why did that become necessary?
I can't. When I searched after the Guinness thing, I just couldn't find a record in Africa. I'm like, no wonder we would say
Would you
all
find?
of us just exactly Nigeria we do go to say we get our own. Why would they pursue that one? Right? So I was like, me self not small now. I'm not small to create now. So I was like, I just have to create this. So the plan wasn't to start big. It was just to create it. Then it would
Blossom.
survive. Yes, it would just move by itself. Yes, and so I checked the other records for the loopholes, so to speak. Loopholes for want of a better word.
Yeah.
Not that it has loopholes here. So I checked and then I created something that catered for people being inclusive, Africans being inclusive. So I made it a voting type thing. 2 records, notable records, you vote for it, measurable records, those ones are obvious, longest, fastest, you don't need voting, it just happens like if you get it, you get it, right? If you get the numbers, whatever is being measured, if you get it, you get it. So so I just looked for the things that weren't in the other records and put it in this record and then set it up. And interestingly, people embraced it. We did, in 1 week, we did a fantastic event because people came through, the media, sponsors and everything. It was great. It was much, much greater than I had thought because it just started. But it will live and become great. The other world record started one time by someone. Several decades ago. And today they are big. Imagine what it would be in 1 decade from now. So
I'm written. I need to break a record. At the end list already, and entries already rolling in.
Not, I won't say rolling, but some have come in. Records are not water; they are not basic things. They are extremes. So it's not. We weren't waiting. If it's rolling in, then we would be rejecting them. Why? Because that means they are not quality. So records exist because it has to be extra. It has to be extreme. That's the word. So we've gotten some. We've not vetted yet. Okay, so because it's new, we are still changing a lot of things. Just yesterday, I still told the web person to change. We are still changing. We've launched it, it's open, but we are still changing. What was there the day we launched is not what's there now. Like for instance, we've removed the need to put an ID card, which we didn't. So like some people sent messages of they not being able to go past the first stage because they have not even attempted the record yet. But then it was there for them to submit photos and videos for instance. So we had to go back, and so we've been fine-tuning from feedback we are receiving. So in the next 1 year we'll still be building. This is not something we'll be done building in the next 1 year. We'll still be building it, but yes, gradually we'll get there.
Some people just realize that even for application for the Guinness World Record, monies are being paid. You mentioned some monies that you paid to them. For this platform that you're creating, are there things like that too? Okay,
so for Guinness World Record, it's not, you don't have to pay to register. I paid because I wanted it fast tracked. I wanted them to reply to me in 5 days as opposed to 5 months. Usually it takes up to 20 weeks. I do not know how to wait. So I opted to pay. But you don't have to pay. Do you get? For this one, no, you are not paying. Application is not by payment. But for instance, if you need an official to be present when you are doing the thing, of course you have to pay
for it.
Right. So there are some things that people might have to pay for. But to apply, no, there is no.
It's free.
It's free, of course. It's free for everyone.
All right. So what would you say in your case for the Guinness records that you were trying to attend? Now, what would you say that revealed about Africans? Because I feel like when you spoke up, you had lots of people supporting you, speaking out, trying to do stuff to assist you to make sure you get it. And what would you say? Did their validation to some extent make that thing to come true? Because I feel like our voices matters. For instance, you're in trouble, you speak up, you have other persons who are like, okay, let's get this done. I'm going to see to it that this is done and settled. What would you say that situation revealed a whole lot about us Africans?
It reveals that when we are united, we can move mountains. Not to an extent, to all extents. It's what Africans did that made them change their mind. 2 days after I made that video, I was already refunded my 1,000.
Really?
2 days after, Then the director himself wrote to me. It was the director himself who brought back my application and did everything. It was one who kept sending me emails, even when I wasn't replying, because when I did the video, I deleted all my social media apps. I went off my email. I deleted WhatsApp. I just didn't want to hear because I didn't know what the outcome would be. But I knew I couldn't keep quiet. It happened early April. I came out late April because I spent like 2-3 weeks contemplating whether it's a good idea
to speak up,
to go against a big organization like that. So it wasn't an easy decision for me. But interestingly, it was a totally different outcome. And then they refunded me, and then they did the application. Before I knew it, the application that disappeared had come back.
Wow.
And then they gave me the guideline, a 12-page guideline. Yeah, so basically they're waiting for me to submit my evidence, and that would be at the end when I would break the record even before I arrive in Kenya in my next trip. I think 5 countries in, I would have broken the record already.
Yeah.
So they are waiting for evidence. So yeah, it was definitely what everybody said. Definitely, because I had written back and forth, asked for a refund and everything, and they were
didn't
ignoring
respond.
me. Thank you. And immediately people like attacked them. Till this moment, it's still really like on my Instagram. People are still insulting them, even though I've pinned a comment that I had to pin it that has been accepted.
Yeah.
That comment has almost 10,000 likes, right? That I pinned, but people are still attacking.
I saw. If you check now, you see a comment 1 minute ago.
No,
because some people just came into the knowledge of
people are
it.
still attacking.
Yeah.
People just keep attacking. So I don't know how to stop it. I've told people that have been accepted.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do.
I mean, it happened with Hilda Bassi too when she was trying to get her record.
Yeah.
And it just brings me back to the power of social media.
True.
Some people have argued that, social media is changing the world negatively. But if you're to speak based off your own experience, you will tell that the result was powerful for you. And unfortunately, there are structures being put in place that might just take away the social media that we enjoy. If these taxes are imposed, Meta would eventually... How does that make you feel, knowing what social media has done for you?
Social media is good and bad. Nothing is all good, nothing is all bad. Right? It's bad because it influences a lot of people negatively. But if you have discipline, if you are grounded, you can make it positive. Most bad things have a good side, right? For me, social media has done me so well.
Yeah.
When I started the journey, I didn't do any PR. I keep saying everybody thought I did PR because of it was all social media. But I was ready, like I said. I did literally everything alone for a long time. Managing my social media, all my editing, all the shots you see on my page, they were edited by me. And then I was working and traveling, and I did everything that you see online. I was my own talent manager, my own PR manager. I wrote all my proposals, all my emails. I did everything, and then it's shaped me into the person. So that's why I'm saying, this might have seemed like, oh, she just came last year, and no, I've been prepared for it. So there are different types of blow. I can't say I don't blow, but there are different types of blow. There is one that just happens and then you can't maintain it. But now it doesn't matter. Even if all my team disappears, I am golden.
You can do it.
Right? Because it was a gradual process. I suffered through it, right? I labored for it until I got to this stage, right? And I'm still laboring. I'm still suffering through because what I know I'll become, I've not even scratched the surface yet, right? So I'm still going. So yeah, it's a gradual process. Social media, I hope it doesn't go because it cannot go, please.
How are we going to survive? But does it even frighten you that you're an audacious person, so I don't think you'll be frightened by your new realities. But the expectations that comes with being what you are right now, girls are looking up to you.
What am I right now?
What you are is an inspiration. And when you become that beacon of light, pressure comes with it. Yeah. There's too many expectations before
from you. Yeah.
I hate wearing masks now. My manager says to me, "One mask, oh."
Do you get what I mean? So how do you handle all of that?
I present as an extrovert on the internet, but I'm actually an introvert. I don't do parties. I don't know how to maintain a lot of friendships. I like my alone time. I'm always alone. Yes. So the whole new thing, when I got to the airport, I got there at night. Immediately I was coming out, Ebaide, they don't give you the record. Wait till before Nigeria. Like, I already started, do you get?
Yeah.
And before, people would associate me with my bike. People, like when I did Kenya to Nigeria, people would, when they see me, they won't recognize. But when they see me with the bike, they'll be like, oh, are you the one? But now I don't need the bike, right?
Yeah.
So now I can't make mistakes. I can't chew corn when I'm walking on the road.
You can't do it.
I can't, do you get? So, and I know that I'm not popular yet, right? Some people just know me, right? When I get to the stage of being popular, I don't know because I like my privacy.
Yeah.
So I won't say I'm pressured because I don't have to go out. Nobody has to see me. But I don't have some freedom I used to have. And I know it to keep getting worse. I know it to keep getting worse as I travel, right?
Yeah.
But it has its beauty, its own beauty. So
100%.
yeah.
Let's talk about that snake.
Honestly, when I saw that video, I was like, what?
Some people have thought that it was AI. It was insane.
I swear. I thought it has a bad attitude, that snake. Like it was a bad morning for it that day, because how can you almost have gotten to the bush? Then I was avoiding you.
Yeah.
And then you then came back.
You saw it.
Of course, that was why that was why I swerved. Now that's why if you see me, I don't know what angle you watched.
Yeah.
Like there are
Because I think when you drove into it, something like that.
No, I didn't drive into it. So I'd seen it from afar. But because I was in the forest, I was a national park type forest.
Okay.
I couldn't stop because in my head I'm thinking if there's a snake here, anything could be waiting to pass on me if I stop and wait for it to go. So in my head I was like, it's almost in the bush. Let me go around it. Before I knew it was coming back. Of course, it was already too late for me. There was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't start on it. Yes, it would definitely catch me. Right? I couldn't stop. It was already too close. So that was how it's
that was scary. What did you say your last prayer?
Like when I stopped the first, because I couldn't stop, so I had to keep riding after it happened.
Yeah.
My heart was thumping, but I knew I couldn't stop. I was shaking.
Oh my God.
I was shaking. But I knew that they're not bomb me when make I fall. Fall. Doesn't matter how bad the road was. When I saw mud, fall, they're not bomb me. That day, I rode the ride of my life. After I saw that snake, I became professional. Oh my God. They're not bombing when make I fall. All the time, there was water. There was a time I saw a lot of water.
Yeah.
I knew if I went too slow, something if you jump on me.
Yeah.
The way I rode on that water, like I was such a professional.
You don't believe.
When I came out of that water, it was almost when I said, no. I carried my... They're not going to make I fall. I can fall anywhere, not in that place.
You go believe.
I rode a good ride until I got to somewhere that I saw someone. But my Swahili is passable. It's not. So I was trying to. What is the meaning of snake? What is snake in Swahili? I was not doing like this. Like it was so
they
bad.
could understand you.
So you could understand. It was just one guy. So I was like, you should follow me. You should accompany me. But the village I was going to was so far. It's a long road. I got to my destination that day around like 11 p.m.
Wow.
Because it was off-road like that all the way. Wow. Even when I connected with other people who were accompanying, it was off-road all the way to the nearest city. So that day was just crazy. I was ready for anything. But I also knew that not be me. It's not, if we die, it's not by animal.
At all.
It's not by animal. Snake. Dark mamba is the most poisonous snake in Africa. From what they said. I am happy I survived it, but I will never forget that experience.
Yeah.
It's like it happened yesterday. I remember everything, how my heart was feeling, how my eyes kept looking at the mirror like this. Oh, no.
But with that experience now, as you're planning for the next, maybe not they carry venom. Nobody they say snake go dead, boy. Like, what safety measures now you put it in place for that?
Okay, the little safety measures I have are for humans, not
animals.
I'm scared of humans than animals, actually. I don't cut this part away.
But it's okay.
No, but you hear people say they don't like. It's not because they hate humans. It's just like you mentioned. You already mentioned that you project an extroverted person, but you're an introvert. So it's okay to not want to be. Yeah. So
I'm scared. Okay, let me be more specific. I'm mostly scared of men than any other.
Yeah.
I don't. Wherever I am, my brain never tells me a woman is about to hurt me. My instinct never tells me that. Maybe it's about to cheat me out of something, perhaps, but hurt me. But with men, my brain always tells me,
be careful.
Oh, I'm always looking like this. I'm always aware. Even if I'm pretending not to be aware, believe me when I tell you, I know if you're looking at me, I know how you are walking, I know whether you are pausing to, I know everything you are doing.
It's like you have an eye behind your back.
I know. And my course didn't help me. I read criminology and social works in school.
Oh, wow.
I did psychology different in all my levels, different kinds of psychology.
Yeah.
I know. I'm aware 100% all the time. So the little things I carry, there is a limit to how many things I can carry. Because when I get searched at the borders here. But the little things I carry, they are very close to me and they are for humans, not animals. Hopefully, I don't see any animal that hurts me because I wouldn't even know where I start from. And my bike is slow. It cannot outrun a truly fast animal. It can't outrun it. So that's why I stick to, so I do have a role model of sorts, not black, right?
Okay.
One of the people who taught me that I can do this. So she's always off-road. She's always off-roading. Me, I know I will never do it. Always off-roading from village to village, the bushes, I will not do it. I'm always sticking to national roads. Of course, some national roads in some countries are really, really bad. Full off-road, full forest. Like this Snake place now is the national road that leads to the next city, right? So yes, there are some places that it's bad, but I would always stick to national roads where people ply. Typical roads that people ply, not secluded, isolated roads. I just can't fight. Yeah.
Is this based off an experience you had, or it's just you avoiding men, or is it based off something that you've experienced?
No, it's not just about men. It's about safety.
Safety.
For me, safety generally. Just as I said, I never ride at night.
Yeah.
For instance, yeah. So there are some. I have a rule book. There are some things I just will not do. That's how I've survived so far. I hadn't learned so much about motorcycling when I started.
Yeah.
And somehow I survived. I have rules I adhere to like 100%. So yeah, they guide me.
Let's talk about preparation for it, because you find that after Hilda, a lot of people wanted to break a record.
Yeah.
And not because they went through the book or understood what was required of them. They just felt, I need to do something behind closed doors and maybe have social media cover it. Then I'll send it to Guinness World Record. By that, I've broken the record. Because you find that, I think even on your comment section, some people were asking, was it that you didn't understand the requirements needed from you? But you explained in details everything that you dot, you cross the T's and you dot the I's. So is it that for most people, they don't prepare for these things. They just want to go ahead of it. Maybe use the opportunity to also enlighten people who want to break these records.
Okay, the research, I'd done so much research. In fact, the director himself, when I was chatting with him on email, he was surprised at the knowledge I have.
Yeah.
Because all these records that I'm talking about, they don't necessarily, like the record I'm about to break, there was no social media when it was broken. It was in the 1990s that it was broken, right?
Okay.
And there are so many records that don't exist, that people don't necessarily know. It's by research, right? And then I brought out some names that it surprised even him, right?
Yeah.
So I did a lot of research, and that was why I was able to combat it. And that was why people identified with my story, because I gave receipts of things I said, right? So it's not like I was just saying. I literally showed screenshots. I knew what I was saying, 100%, because I made good research. So if you are going without making research, then what are you going for? I don't understand.
Right.
What's the point in going if you don't know what you are going for? If you want to go for it, you make a research. If it's a record you think you can break, of course you make a research, prepare for it, and knock it out the park. There is no point in just going left and right if you don't know what you are doing. What's the point? Sleep in your house.
I know. No,
everybody wants to break a record these days now. So you see that maybe they are not just prepared. They just want to do that. But then let's go to your relationship. How does your man handle the fact that my wife is always going to be on the road, or my babe is always going to be on the road? How does he handle it?
I don't have a man.
Really?
I've not had a man in like years, so there is no man who would tell me.
Oh my God!
Let's move on.
Because she spoke about it too. The whole conventional. She's not about the conventional life,
thing,
and that's powerful, because there are people who have put their mind in that direction, and they're being questioned. Right. When they find someone with influence, speak on it. Is an encouragement for them that I'm goal driven. I want to face what I want to face right now.
Yeah.
If that life changes eventually, fantastic. If it doesn't, this is my goal for this time. Now you're about to do something crazy by June. What do you want every other person who is looking at you to do for you? What do you want us to do for you?
I want you to keep supporting me. I really want you to keep supporting me. I really, really want your support. I want you to continue, because this time I'm riding for some people. I'm riding for some girls. So it's not just me now. You all have supported me immensely when it was just me. Now would be the best time to support me because of the girls. I am fundraising for them. So with every kilometer I cover, I'm raising funds for them to be better. At the end of everything, they get capital to start their businesses from the skills they acquired. So we are planning, we are doing a lot behind the scene. But it won't mean anything if we don't support, if we don't get the funds from, because the idea is fundraising, crowdfunding. So yes, the support is, please continue supporting, not just me, but mostly the girls. This time I'm not even asking for anything for me. I will work and get my own thing, but anything I'm asking for is for the girls. So please continue supporting.
How's the crowdfunding? How's it happening?
I've not begun. It's supposed to open when I start riding.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is to set up everything. So I'm trying to get sponsorship. We are making progress so that we can set up the house, put the girls in. We are already working with an orphanage, put the girls in the house and have them resume all the equipment they need. So crowdfunding starts when I start riding. So that's what we use to keep them in the house, maintain them. Yes, but I need sponsors to come in to start it, and then people would help to make it continue. You understand? Yeah.
What you do is amazing.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Your mind as well, you know, you don't find this every day. And we are grateful. Girls are grateful that you exist.
Oh.
Yes. I think it was a cousin of mine that was showing your video, and I made the joke I made earlier that she can't ride bicycle. And what can you now? Because I know you.
I don't have interest in it.
I've tried in Nairobi. Then I tried. I felt once, twice, and I gave it to the kids. I was like, then I was telling them,
I was like, can you understand how it's difficult to ride a bicycle?
It's not just.
I can't understand how it's okay. So I didn't grow up being outdoor. I grew up reading novels on my chair after school, right? So I read so I didn't do a lot of outdoor things. I didn't like there are a lot of games, childhood games I don't know. Do you get? So I didn't do a lot of so it just hasn't happened.
All right, so looking at your journey now, when you look back, what would you say are those embarrassing moments so you feel like, oh my, this one is hard though? What are those moments?
Falling, I always sometimes when I was falling like a mosquito.
My God!
Just before I want to park and buy fuel, I just want to park. It's falling. Wow. Small bad road, it's falling. So after like Rwanda, I think, and that was the third country. Yeah, it's got much better. Yeah, so those moments, and I'm always showing them. I'm always posting all my faults. I really don't care. I'm always posting, and people are always talking a lot of things. If you don't know how to ride, stay in your house. Blah, blah, blah. On my YouTube, people say a lot, but now I'm so good. I'm not just saying it. At my age for biking, I'm so good. I've done every terrain you can.
It's just like a year
I'm not up to 2 years old, and I'm actually so good. And this is me blowing my horn. I am blowing my horn. I'm boasting. I am good because I've done every terrain. I've lived through the failures. I've failed a lot of times. On the bike, because I had 1,900 kilometers when I started. I was still that new, and I bought the bike brand new, right? And it was the one, I was so new I couldn't even turn. When I left Kenya, I couldn't turn the bike on the U-turn. I learned all those turns in Rwanda because of the twisties, right? So I was still so new, and I was happily new.
Which nobody taught you these things.
No, I went to a school. But no, motorcycling is not like a car.
Okay.
You have to, it's 2 wheels. It literally can't stand on its own for a second. So your job on it, every moment you are sitting on the bike is to keep it upright, right? So I was still so new. And then I made so many mistakes. On one of my videos on my YouTube channel, when people were insulting me, I told them to get out of, don't watch my channel again. This is a new channel. This is my season 1. If you expect me to be a professional in season 1, you are not for this place. And I told them, not everyone is for my channel. If it is disturbing you, don't watch my video again. Some people were saying, oh no, but after that time, my insult, the insult reduced on YouTube. After that video. Because the point in showing all my failures was when I now start doing well, I want to look back at that time. I started somewhere. No, I didn't just wake up and became good. And I'm not going to hide it. In fact, there was a crash in Nigeria. A lot of bikers were telling me, why did you show it? A lot of bikers don't show their failure. No, I'm not a lot of bikers.
Right.
I'm not. The idea of showing this is to show everything that I went through. So when another girl comes and sees it, she knows I didn't just, if she sees me when I'm already good, she knows it didn't just start in a day. I failed a lot. I cried. Oh my God, I cry. I'm the cry princess. I cry a lot. I'm so strong. My mind is so strong. But before I tackle any problem, I will cry first. I will cry that cry. And I want them to see it. I want them to see the rawness of the trip. It is raw. It's not beautiful all the time. In the grand scheme of things, it's a beautiful trip. But there are so many challenges in it. So if you want to do it, you have to see the challenges, So I have no interest in hiding the whole challenges.
That's even, for me, that's even very impactful, honestly, because, these days, people tend to show people the good part, the exciting parts, and then you start wondering, how did this person move from here to here?
Thank
And
you.
then it makes you, it puts you on a spot where you want to be perfect at once.
No.
Do you get? And it
Perfection
doesn't make any
exist.
sense.
No, it doesn't. Perfection exists nowhere.
Yeah.
In no profession, in no doing. Perfection doesn't. Perfection is boring. What more then do you have to change? What challenge do you have to face if you're
Yeah.
perfect? It's
Yeah.
boring. I do not want perfection in anything. Like the idea of this is because I wanted challenges. I knew I would face the challenges and I was excited to face them because the process of overcoming them is what makes you grow.
Yeah.
So that perfection people seek, it's not supposed to exist.
The process of overcoming them is what
Yeah.
make you grow. Note that down.
If I
Powerful.
went to
I have a tweet.
But you just said something now that struck me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you come off as a very strong and an independent woman.
Yeah.
But you're not afraid of showing vulnerability. Because I also saw that video. I think it was a recent video you had on Instagram. You showed when you were crying, when you were explaining your ordeal. I think one of the pinned posts, you showed a part where you cried because you mentioned I cried. That's where the snake video also came onto
yeah.
play.
Yeah. Okay.
And just seeing that and seeing the other representation of you as a strong independent, because you find that when people appear like that, they want to hold back. You don't need to see me in my shaky moments.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you question me. One, I'm already a woman, and some people consider me feeble. And now I'm crying. Oh, that means she's not strong enough as we've all perceived. Does that ever come to you? Is that something you've ever dealt with? Does it cross your mind that showing a side of me that ordinarily shouldn't be seen will give a different interpretation of who I want people to see?
No, who I want people to see is both sides. So I'm already representing what I want people to see. I want people to see the good and bad. I'm not only doing good. I do badly a lot. I fall a lot. I get stranded a lot. I get broke a lot. So I want people to see everything. My trip is not about perfection, like I said. It's not about making people think that I have it good. I do not have it good. I have it rough a lot. But still I am doing well. That's the point. The idea is, with my fears, with my insecurities, with my challenges, I'm still doing it. That's what I'm trying to communicate. Not, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm so perfect. I am this, I am that. Hey, na me be God. I don't arrive. I've not arrived. I've only just started. And there are so many mistakes I make along the way. I want people to see everything. So I am showing people exactly what I want them to see.
And that's originality.
I can't get more. Very original. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice.
We know they hide anything for here. We talk about shit is, and that's what she said.
Yeah.
This water no be for fancy, shall.
Okay.
No, we brought it for you, assuming you want to
Drink
water.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to drink now.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm going to
Thank
drink
you. Yeah,
mine.
drink.
You don't see them. They're like hot waters.
Oh.
Yes, it's our own water.
she
Now I'm realizing that I'm supposed to
she
drink.
gets
Yeah.
I should drink water.
Yes, drink water. Where have my bag safe? Get one bag where I carry come here.
Lahore waters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a gift. Wait, let me drink first.
That's why. Why you go come here? We no give you gift. Maybe one thing you go put inside your bike day yourself.
Give me.
The way you reach, you go carry out. On behalf of our executive producer and the entire team of Lahore Talk Podcast, we present this to
Thank
you.
you for coming.
The one
shouldn't scream, I know.
No, scream. Thank you so much for inspiring the world.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking such a bold and audacious move.
Thank you.
To do this doesn't come easy.
No.
You've had to do the financing yourself, and you're still going hard.
Okay, so the money I earned, the money I was earning, if I stay in Lagos and rent a house, I'll be a rich auntie.
A big
I would,
girl.
yes, I would live nicely. My car was a nice, very nice car before I came to sell it. I was living in a nice place, you know. I've been hardworking for as long as I can remember. I've been living alone since 17. So I've paid rent since then till now, every year. So I've always been hardworking. But then travel made me broke. Traveling made me broke because I was working way more and living less.
Okay.
Yeah, because traveling takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's not just whatever you plan for is not what you are spending for. You have just planned for a lot of miscellaneous expenses.
Along the
yes,
road.
because there are so many things happening along the road. And you know, most people, they do vacations, like they do a lot of places in 1 month and they go back home. But me, I have been living on the road. So I've lived in hotels back to back every day since I started, right? Every single day. Even in Nigeria, I'm literally paying in an Airbnb, right? So Kenya to Nigeria was hard, but then Nigeria to Morocco, things started changing. Brand deals started coming. So my normal job, the one that I'd done the same job for years to sustain, it was one I used to sustain all my travels, bike, everything. Nigeria to Morocco brought something different. Brands seemed to have started noticing me. So I got, and my fans, they just, they send money, right? So there's a link on, I have never intentionally shared it, but they just go click and send.
Wow.
I have people who have done it multiple times, right? They just like maybe once in a month, so in between all those ones, I was able to reduce my work. So now I don't necessarily work so much at night anymore, right? So now the mostly brand deals, because it's not like I have a lot of them, but the few I think my brand is quality, right? So I don't get rubbish. Yes, of course you get a lot of emails, but I go for the nice ones. And the ones that I am representing some companies now, they are good. So what I mean by they are good is they're not giving me scraps. So I'd rather have maybe 1 or 2 brands than have 10 giving me rubbish. Yeah. So right now I'm doing much better financially, thankfully. Now I can live much better. Yeah, I can buy extra things, you know. Yeah, it's better now.
This is interesting, and trust me, I think it's something that my younger sister, she loves traveling. She wants to go into traveling and all. So I'll tell her, go and follow her.
Well, what can I say? I love traveling, but I'm not ready to do all of that.
So there's been an ongoing debate about Senegalese jollof rice and ours, Ghanaian. You know, there's always this thing going on about Nigerians and Ghanaians talking about the jollof rice and all of that. I don't know. You went to Senegal, right?
The name of this city is the spots.
You tested their food. Tell us about it.
Okay, so the thing is, if I talk about food, people will think because I'm Nigerian that I'm leaning to. I would be 100% transparent. True. There is absolutely nothing that comes close to Nigerian jollof, and I'm not joking.
Wow.
There is nothing that comes close. Like, it's the way we make it.
Yeah.
I have. Hey,
dear production team, we need jollof rice. Nigerian jollof specifically
with lahore water. Yes. Let's go. Hey, there is nothing that comes close. I swear. Because in Senegal, they have a lot of rice.
Wow.
You will see yellow rice, brown rice, green rice with onion sauce.
That's color they put inside.
They have a lot masara rice. They have a lot of rice.
Wow.
But that jollof rice, maybe they don't call it jollof rice because I never ate jollof rice, right?
Okay.
But I ate a lot of rice. So people say Senegal has jollof rice. Maybe it's one of the rice I ate that they call jollof rice. But Ghana, they call it jollof rice.
Yeah.
It's Ghana.
Okay.
I think their own is they like curry a lot, so they like a lot of curry. I'm not saying curry is bad, but I just say they like a lot of curry. But Nigeria, it's the party jollof.
Yeah.
So you know there is normal jollof in the rice in the house. We have concoction, university concoction.
Yeah.
Then we have house jollof rice. Then we have party jollof. Nothing comes
Supremacy.
close. Nothing comes close.
About 2025, there's nothing like a Nigerian jollof.
Nothing.
Thank you, Ebaide Joe. Thank you so much for all that you do. And we're rooting for you.
Yeah.
June to September, we gotta dig ground for you.
Thank you.
Have our support. And we know that record is ours because it's more than you. It's more than your name. Absolutely. It's your legacy, but it's for all of us.
Yes.
And we celebrate you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation.
Thank you so much.
Well, you can also extend that support on our social media platforms, okay? Make sure, say you don't subscribe, you like, you comment, La Hot Talk Podcast on YouTube. We see all that you're doing already, and we want to see more engagement. We want to see, because that engagement translates into the support we're giving to. And with that, now so we don't wrap, because we won't go eat jollof. We're not supposed to waste time
with
here.
lahore water.
I implore you to go and get yourself some jollof. Keep talking though, because if you don't talk, person go talk for you. My name is Vic Riches.
And I am Zeo Doity.
All right.
Bye.